is Felix. He's my little brother, but he's also a cartoon artist. Today I have asked Felix to share some of his drawings with me and tell me a little bit about himself as an artist. I also spoke to Felix's mother, Sheila, to gain some additional insight into the life and mind of Felix Smith. To understand Felix a little better, I asked some basic questions regarding his age and inquired about his school life.
Felix is 14 years old. He's a freshman at Newark High School.
I'm in a special program called the Cambridge program. It's with the same students every other class. And they're kind of nerdy. It's more of a mature level of learning.
Then I asked Felix's mom to tell me about some of Felix's interests.
When I think about Felix and what he's interested in, I know that I would have to say first he's interested in, I always think he really is interested in social events, cultural information.
I actually am very into politics. Math and science are two of my favorite subjects.
Now I knew a little bit more about Felix's life, but what about his creative outlets?
I think his main creative outlet is watching television and people, and then applying what he learns. He likes to take the things that he enjoys from his cultural interests and apply them. Sometimes it comes out in drawings, his cartoons.
I really like to draw cartoons. I usually do most of my drawings actually in class whenever I have free time. And lots of times they're just doodles, but sometimes I'll get into something and I'll finish it over a week's time.
I asked Felix how he chose his subjects. Did he map out his cartoons before he drew them, or were they more spontaneous creations?
I usually don't decide what I'm going to draw. I usually draw a line or anything really, and then decide, oh, I'll draw this, and then just start to draw it as it comes to me.
And his drawings, though, are very simple, extremely, it's the stick figure. I think that just facilitates his getting idea out without too much focus on the drawing itself, but getting at the humor or the point that he's trying to make with his drawing.
Well, usually they're just stick figures, but it's usually a comedic thing.
I know he does a lot of fighting.
Lots of times there's violence involved.
I wondered aloud if maybe Felix thought the violence was influenced by violent video games, but he replied that no, he didn't find inspiration from playing video games. Then I requested that Felix show me one of his favorite drawings and explain its significance to me.
Here's one of my cartoons. It's actually a fight scene between two stick figures, and starts off one as a gun, one as a sword, and the one who's shooting, the other guy's blocking the shots with the sword, and then the other guy's really confused, and then the other guy starts to use magic or whatever, shoots a giant super plasma ball or whatever.
Okay. Well, if he didn't find inspiration from video games as I suggested, where did he find it?
A lot of my influences for cartoons are cartoon books like Calvin and Hobbes, Life in Hell series.
He's always loved the comics, always loved the newspaper comics. Ever since he was just a little boy, Calvin and Hobbes was huge for him. We went camping, and Felix was about 8, I think, and I think at that point I was trusting him to pack his own bags to go camping for a weekend. And it was just this time of year, it was cold, and we got to the campground, and it's time to go to bed, and we're talking about pajamas, and I tell him to get out his pack, and he opens up his pack, and he pulls out of his pack 3 Hawaiian print shirts still on the hangers, and about 6 Calvin and Hobbes cartoon books, and nothing else. No socks, no underwear, nothing. That's what he brought to go camping. And he forgot his sleeping bag. It was a very telling about what was important to him.
I've gotten a lot of influence from Don Hertzfeld, creator of the Rejected films, on the computer or watching TV.
Do you watch a lot of TV?
I do watch a lot of TV, and I like to watch a lot of different things, such as South Park, The Simpsons, And sometimes I even like to watch really old cartoons like Felix the Cat, Popeye. And one of my most favorite cartoons of all time is the Tom and Jerry series. And there's a lot of things online, the stick figures, things, little animations, cartoons that I read.
I asked Felix what his friends thought of his drawings.
Not that many of my friends know that I draw.
No?
My art is very personal. I don't usually show it to that many people.
Wow, that makes today's interview even more special. Thank you, Felix, for letting me film you for my digital video documentary. I wish you the best of luck with your artistic future.